Hey guys, my name is Ethan Ehlert, and with this video that I'm creating, I wanted to talk to you guys about 6 mistakes that you should avoid making in your teens. During your teen years, that's definitely a great period in your life, You're growing up into adulthood, you have graduated grade 8, you're in high school, have your first crush, you're going to high school dances, you're doing your first 2 years of college, you're learning to drive for the first time, you're holding down a job for the first time. Being a teenager definitely has its benefits, and of course, during my teenage years, I definitely enjoyed it. But there are also some mistakes that you should avoid making in your teenage years. And with myself, right now, I'm 20 years old, so I've lived through the entirety of my teen years. I've lived through the first fifth of my life, and I got stuff to show for it. So with that being said, I am the best person, I'm one of the best people to educate you about this stuff. I'm not a perfect person, but I'm better than most. And with me being 20 years old, people my age are the best to educate you about mistakes not to make in your teen years. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1 that you should not make in your teens is doing drugs. Because trust me when I say drugs are bad for you, and you can become addicted to that stuff, and you can even die from doing drugs. Because there have been lots of people over the years who have died from doing drugs, like even celebrities, Amy Winehouse, John Bonham, George Harrison, Whitney Houston. All 4 of those people who I've just finished mentioning to you are all examples of celebrities who have died from doing drugs. And also, if you don't die from doing drugs, then you will definitely find yourself struggling with addiction, and that's not good for you either. And also, take a look at Kurt Cobain. He became addicted to drugs, and that had a negative effect on him, which eventually led him to commit suicide. So, definitely stay away from drugs. Don't mess with that stuff. Otherwise, you'll end up paying a painful price for it one way or another. The next mistake that you should avoid making is making enemies rather than friends. Because trust me when I say that making enemies is not worth it. It only divides people and causes conflicts, which do not solve anything and don't help anyone. And also, I know that there have been certain celebrities out there, who used to be teenagers, who used to make enemies when they were teenagers, and those people have still stayed enemies into adulthood. So, don't try to make enemies. Try to get along with everyone. Always try to be a good person, and good things will come to you. Number 3 is getting yourself involved in messy love triangles. This reason ties into the previous reason that I stated. The reason why you should stay out of love triangles is because, of course, when you're a teenager, you are going to get a crush on another person. And if that person who you're crushing on wants to be with someone else rather than you have to learn to accept it and get over it. And don't try to get into conflicts with that person, because you are not respecting their privacy when you do that. And basically, you have to let it go if someone does not like you in return. Okay, next up, another mistake that you should avoid making is not straightening your priorities and not being responsible. This is very crucial. Just ask anyone who is a parent or a teacher, because they will tell you that this is important. As Furious Styles once said in Boys in the Hood, and I quote, "You know, Trey, you may think I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible. Just like your little friends across the street, they don't have anyone to show them how to do that. They don't. You're gonna see how they end up too." End quote. Yeah, and also, if you've seen Boys in the Hood, like, you know that there have been certain characters out there who have been irresponsible and who haven't been doing the right thing, and they paid a painful price for it. I mean, if you look at Doughboy and what he went through, he's the exact definition of what Furious Styles was talking about. By the way, if you haven't seen Boys in the Hood, check it out. It's worth a watch, and it's awesome. It's my favorite movie ever. But movies aside, there have also been certain celebrities out there who have, who have not done the right thing when they were in their teens. And I've noticed that stuff continues to have a negative effect on them when they enter into their 20s and 30s. I mean, look at Justin Bieber, for example. I mean, he's done a lot of bad stuff in the past when he was a teen, He peed in a mop bucket, he spat on his fans, he abandoned a monkey in Germany, he disrespected the flag of Argentina. He is the reason why he and Selena Gomez had a bad on and off relationship. He once threw eggs at a neighbor's house, and he once got arrested for DUI. And I can tell that stuff still has a negative effect on him now that he's 29. I mean, yeah, he's not as bad as he used to be, but look at him now. He's still a bad romantic partner to his wife, Haley. And also, he's been trying to, I can tell he has been trying to get back with Selena Gomez, because I've noticed that he did try to do that in 2020. And I'm like, bruh, don't even waste your time with that. Don't even waste your time trying to get back with Selena. You're the reason why the whole relationship with you and her has been terrible, man. Do not waste your time. She's done with you. She's had enough with you. I know it's sad, but this is your own fault, bro. If you hadn't been a bad boyfriend, none of this would have happened. Trust me on that. And also, with Taylor Swift, for example, I even heard once in a YouTube video that she used to be a bully in high school. And also, I can tell that stuff, that has a negative effect on her nowadays. And even, after high school, she's disrespected certain people in her songs. She's made rivalries with people like Katy Perry and Kanye West. And she has gained somewhat of a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? And also, another thing I want to mention, this does apply a bit in, being responsible. Another thing I can't stress enough is, do not try to be a teen parent. Because in my opinion, if you're 24 years old or younger, you are not old enough to be a parent. And in my opinion, that should be enforced by law. That should be enforced by law. You can't be a parent unless you're 25. Because, your brain is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. So, when you're 24 and under, you're still kind of trying to raise yourself. You're still trying to be more mature yourself. Between the ages of 18 and 24, yes, you are an adult, but you're still trying to mature. You're still young. Your brain is still developing. So, be responsible with your priorities. Take your job, take your education seriously. Don't make the wrong decisions, because the decisions you make can not only affect you, but also the people around you. So be wise with everything. Another mistake that you should not be making in your teens is being disorganized. I know sometimes, like, when you're a teenager, you know, when you're in high school or when you're in your early years of university, it is kind of hard to be organized because, like, you know, notes everywhere, messy binders, or even files on your computer or laptop. But try to find a way to be organized with that. I know we all do it. I'm not saying that I'm going to be mad at you if you do or have made this mistake in your teens, but I'm just saying, like, just try to be better with your stuff. You know, try organizing your binders, try sorting everything. And as for files on your computer or laptop, delete anything that's old or that you don't need anymore. You know, create folders in your computer, put important stuff in those folders so that you have them where they are. You know, find a way to be organized with yourself. Now, for this last one, this is more for those of you who have graduated high school or are in your late teens, which is 18, 19 years old, and you're like in your early years of university or college or whatnot. But this last mistake that you should not make in your teens is not teaching yourself to be empowered. Because let me tell you something. What the adults of your childhood don't like to teach you, it's that being able to empower yourself is a critical life skill. Because when you start living by yourself, you have to be able to empower yourself and take on challenges by yourself. Because, you know, when you're legally an adult and you're living by yourself, no one is gonna micromanage you because you gained the status as an adult. Now, in case you're wondering, like, how do you empower yourself? Well, there are certain ways that you can do that. What I've done is, in the description of this video, I posted links to 2 different articles that helped me become empowered. One of the articles talks about ways in which school disempowers children, and the other one talks about ways that you can live a self-empowered life. So go to the links in those descriptions, give those articles a read, print those out on your own time, read them on your own time, and hopefully those can help you. And also, for the one that talks about how school disempowers children, you know, read that so you can see, like, how school disempowers children and how you can do stuff differently. Think about how you can do stuff differently than what school told you not to do when you were still a minor. And also, I'll tell you how I was able to empower myself. You see, back when I was 19, one thing that I remember doing was I noticed that I ran out of floss sticks in my bathroom. So what I did was I decided to walk to a nearby store and buy some packs of floss sticks for myself. And so, you know, what I did there was I went and bought some things for myself that I knew I was able to get myself without asking for help. And that sort of laid the groundwork to help me become empowered. You know, I started shopping a bit for myself. You know, I bought a water bottle, I bought an Adidas hat, I bought an agenda, I bought frames for some old certificates of mine, I bought 2 boxes of printer paper, some highlighters. You know, I was able to do things for myself and empower myself. And well, anyways, that sort of thing that I did, buying things for myself without asking for help, you know, that helps me become empowered, you know. And also, another thing that taught me to be empowered is that sometimes in life, when you are an adult, ages 18 and up, You cannot be afraid of breaking the rules. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've learned some good things from this video. Like this video if you thought it was helpful, and share it with other people who you think might enjoy it or who you think might benefit from this. Anyways, take care and be safe.